All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the 8 a.m. show. So if you're here for that, hope y'all got y'all some good breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Waking up. Got y'all some good sex last night, if y'all had some, you know. And yeah, man. So we're going to get into it, man. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about, is there still a big three or is just a big me? You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? Did Kendrick knock off the two top contenders, or are they still viable contestants in this big three race? So yeah, man. Before I get into that, let me get my spill. This is Torture Talk, the 8 a.m. show. If you like what you're hearing and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Let me work for your subscription. If you are not subscribed, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified. 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm going to be dropping the after hour show, midnight show, or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be dropping a couple of episodes. Maybe a little bit different, maybe a little bit darker. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content, and that's free. If you want to leave a donation, you can as well. You don't have to, but if you want to, that would be nice. You know? All the beautiful ladies, single ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. Also, too, they call me the hidden gem. And I went from 1,300. Now I'm at almost 9,000. I'm trying to get to 20,000 by the end of this month. I can do it, so let's do it. All right, so look, man, we're going to get into it. Watch a video courtesy of your boy, Academics. All right, so let's get it, man. Let's go.
Or Cole keeps saying it's a big three, but I don't think it's a big three. I only think it's me. But what I got to realize as I was keep listening, I'm listening, it just dawned on me like the other night. I was like, Kendrick does think it's a big three. He 100% think it's a big three, right? Or he thinks like that's the thing because, when you get to what's the name of the song, Euphoria. When he says fuck the big three, it's almost like he's saying, bro, I don't give a f.
All right, so there's a bunch of different things that I think he's missing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him continue, but when Kendrick say motherfuck the big three, it's just big me, that's separate from saying that there's goats. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was just a response to J. Cole when J. Cole said it's the big three, like we started the league. You know what I'm saying? Right now I feel like it's K. Aubrey or me right now, and I feel like Muhammad Ali. So I think that's what it was just a rebuttal to that. Let's keep going.
Fuck about a big three, but then when you hear Euphoria, he kind of acknowledged it. He says it's three goats left. I mean, bro, he literally says it. It's three goats left. And I seen two of them, Drake and Cole, hugging and kissing on stage. I love.
So that's a big difference between saying it's a big three. Again, the big three comment was mostly a rebuttal to J. Cole. Him saying motherfuck the big three is just big me, it still doesn't mean that he doesn't mean that they're not goats. He could still say that. He's just saying fuck the big three. It's just big me. Yeah, there's other goats, but I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what he means by that.
Him to death, but in 8 bars, I'll explain that phrase. So he said fuck the big three. So I guess he was just saying, I'll get staticky with them, but he's acknowledging that the three guys are still Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. Which
okay, let's talk about that for a second. Is it really Kendrick, Cole, and Drake? Is it really? Or is it just one GOAT now? That's what I'm aiming for right now. That's what I'm talking about now. see, a couple of months ago, I would acknowledge, or I would say that, yeah, J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick is the big three, right? I would have acknowledged that. 5 would be, Ross and Kanye West to me. That would be the 5, the top 5 of this era or whatever, right? For me now, Kendrick has solidified himself and he knocked them out the top. There's no big 3. It's only one now. That's how I look at it. We're going off of sales and popularity. Okay. Drake's there. Even J. Cole's there. J. Cole sold a couple of albums too. But if we're talking about capturing the respect and pulling the rap game to his chest and taking it from them two dudes, yeah, by far Kendrick is he's the aggressor in this situation, which means for me, hip hop is a sport. Hip hop is an aggressive nature sport. So if hip hop is an aggressively natured sport, he totally beat the hell out of them and took it from them. Totally. There's no way you can compare them to him now. There's no way. He took it from them. It's like he walked in the room and they both was there doing their thing and he just snatched the mic out of both of their hands and told them to go sit down. And that's what they did. They both went and sat down. One of them, he slammed in a chair and the other one sat down. He sat down like a good little boy and he slammed the other one in a chair. It's like, sit your ass down. That, to me, that's why there's no more big 3. Because he took it from them. Give me that.
The only person, and I guess Drake has acknowledged it back in the past, but I guess they all do acknowledge the big 3 thing, right? The nigga says 3 goats left. The other 2 goats he's talking about is...
Yeah, so when he said there's 3 goats left, right? Here's what y'all gotta understand. This is why you gotta pay attention. 3 goats left, hugging and kissing on stage. I love them to death. And in 8 bars, I'll explain that phrase. There's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't want to talk on no Selly. You know I got language barriers. There's no accent you can sell me. And Cole and Aubrey know. What he said, and Cole and Aubrey know the crown is heavy. I pray that they my real friends. If not, a YNW Melly. So he already eliminated them. That's what he's not getting. He acknowledged that they were there, but then he killed them off. They gone. So that's the thing. He said in 8 bars, I'll explain that phrase. And he took it from them.
Is Cole and Drake. So when he says fuck the big 3, I guess he's just saying, I don't want to hear about you lumping me with them. I'm the best. And I get that. That's braggadocio. Interesting.
That's a little more braggadocious, though. That's a little more than just braggadocious. A little more than that. I think that that right there is more in the lines of how would I say this? Yeah, I got the work to back it up. Like, it's not just me bragging. No, I'm just better than you dudes.
Yo, what if it's a bro Cody, man? Oh, hell no, bro. Let's not even start this conversation up again, man. What we have here is academics basically bringing up the fact that he thinks that Kendrick Lamar does think that there is a big 3. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know if he really... I don't know if he really is serious about that, you know what I'm saying? I think that Kendrick Lamar definitely does think that there's a big 3, but I think that he probably thinks that that big 3 is just off the fact of every other conversation that is had because, every single time that there is a conversation of who the best, it's going to be Kendrick Lamar, Drake, or J. Cole. But this whole point of this whole entire beef was for people to stop lumping Drake and J. Cole with Kendrick and just put Kendrick on his...
Yeah, I understand exactly what he's saying, but at the same time, I don't think Kendrick think it's a big three. I think what he said was he acknowledged that because it was said, but he said motherfuck the big three. That means he don't think it's a big three. Because if he did, he would have said, yeah, it is the big three. But he said motherfuck the big three. It's just big me. Like basically saying like, nah, ain't no big three. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Big three, please. And then in Euphoria, he said, you know, there's 3 goats left. And out of all the people he dissed on Control, that's what he's talking about. 3 ghosts left, and I see them kissing and hugging on stage. Basically saying like these dudes don't want to compete with each other. They want to be romantic, not in that sense, but they want to be buddy buddy. They want to have had this bro love with each other. And he's like, nah, this is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas should know what time it is. He said that in Control.
Own pedestal. You know what I'm saying? That is the point of this beef. I don't think that Kendrick Lamar thinks that there's a big three at all. You know what I'm saying? We all just heard what Academic said. I think that what Academic said was actually very, very valid. I just don't think that that was actually Kendrick Lamar's mentality throughout this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that he definitely just spared J. Cole because J. Cole is definitely the 3 out of the 3. And, you know,
And the thing is, I don't think he spared J. Cole. I think that he caught one going on the way trying to run. It's just that J. Cole didn't fully emerge himself into it. But he caught one. After he did 7-minute drill, Kendrick got him back. You know what I'm saying? He caught one. Cole and Aubrey know. You know what I'm saying? The crown is heavy. I pray they're my real friends. Nah, it's why he basically saying like, yeah, I'll get you out of here real quick. You gone. And then he said something else about him on another joint. I can't remember the exact bar, but yeah, he got at Cole. He just didn't how would I say? He just didn't demolish him like he did your boy.
at one point Drake was number 1, but after Kendrick Lamar basically dropped an atomic bomb on his head top, Drake basically went eons away, and it's gonna be a while until he gets back into that number 1 spot.
Drake was never number 1. Drake was just a hit maker. He's got to be clear. Just because you make numerous hits doesn't make you number 1. 6ix9ine has 9 hits. 9. No one says that he's number 1. You know what I'm saying? 9. It's a lot of artists who has hits, but they're not. So just because Drake had hits does not make him number 1. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to rapping, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand. For you to be the best in hip hop has nothing to do with hits. Nothing. I wish a lot of people understand that, because if you start lumping in hits, you're going to say that people who don't belong there is number 1. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't say, let's say, for example, I don't know, let's say Little Uzi Vert. And I ain't shitting on him. I'm just using him as an example. Let's say Little Uzi Vert had 95 number 1s, right? Or 95 hits. Because all Drake hits ain't number 1 hits. They're just hits. And we could talk about that another time, or maybe later on in this. But let's say he had 95 hits. Would you say Little Uzi Vert was the best rapper, or he was the best, or he's number 1? No, you wouldn't. So I don't care how many hits Drake has. That does not make him number 1. Maybe in some people's eyes, because they look at it from a successful selling point of view. To me, if you got ghostwriters, if you got people helping you, if you're jacking people's style, stealing their stuff, there's no way you could be number 1. To me, you automatically eliminate it. I don't care who talks about it. You're eliminated from my book. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just an artist that just does stuff. But to me, you can't be number 1. Sorry.
And, you know, the thing that Kendrick Lamar said was, "Nigga, fuck the big three, nigga, it's just big me." So we all hear that. We all hear that he says, I hear there's a big three, and the other two, I love them to death, or whatever he says.
That's not what he said.
Maybe he does love.
That's not what he said. He said there's 3 GOATs left, not the big 3. It's 2 separate conversations. It's not the same. And I know a lot of people want to lump that together. And I understand why he's saying 3 GOATs, because he's saying that those guys put in the work and they are where I'm at. And of this generation, there's 3 GOATs. The big 3 thing is, okay, I'm not a part of the big 3. That's two separate arguments. I'm the best. But he acknowledged that these guys are GOATs, but he's also saying, like, I pray to my real friends. If not, why I'm telling you, we know what happened with that. So he basically saying he knocked them off. They're not his friends anymore. They're gone. That's what he's saying. So just want to clarify that.
Drake and J. Cole, but that doesn't mean that he thinks that there's a big 3, bro. He's just saying, like, yeah, this is what everybody claims it to be. And yeah, I love those 2 niggas to death, but they could never compare to me. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he said. And
that's facts. He's speaking facts right now. Maybe I misunderstood, but yeah, he's speaking facts. I think he just mixed some things up, but let's keep it going.
Like, I don't think that there's a big 3. I really think that it's just Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I've never really thought that J. Cole necessarily had the same, like, creative process as Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I feel like they...
Nah, that's cap. That's cap. I think Kendrick is light years ahead of those 2 dudes, but I definitely, if I had to choose, I'm definitely taking J. Cole over Drake. Definitely. If I listen to his albums, at least he writes his own stuff. Let's just get that out the way. And on top of that, he has more songs that have more meaning and more outreach than Drake. Drake doesn't have a creative process because other people do it for him. That. I wish people just acknowledge that. Like, people just want to gloss over that. No. He does not have a creative process because other people do it for him. That's just that. Now, as far as J. Cole goes, before, I would have had said that it would be Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. But now that all of this happened, obviously it would be Kendrick. And then I will go with Cole. Clearly over Drake. Clearly over Drake. You know what I'm saying? Clearly.
Have just a different type of intensity to their music, whereas J. Cole can just put somebody to sleep.
Nah.
Like, no disrespect.
Nah, you bugging, bro. You bugging. You're bugging, bro. Nah. I don't buy into the whole thing where J. Cole is the sleepy, boring. I think it's one album to me that was kind of like lackadaisical or boring, but I do not buy into this whole thing of J. Cole he's sleepy guy, or what they called him. They called him, they had a certain name for him. You know what I'm saying? Jay Snooze or something. Like, I don't know. It was something. It'll come to me. But either way, I don't buy into that. If you listen to Friday Night Lights, Born Sinner, you know what I'm saying? Forest Hill Drive, KOD, For Your Eyes Only is the only one I would say. Then the other album, none of those albums made me feel like I had to go to sleep. I'm sorry, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just big me.
On that, I just really feel like J. Cole will literally put somebody to sleep during an album. I haven't listened to a full J. Cole album in a while.
Okay, so I gotta give you more pushback. So if we go through Drake albums, you telling me that Drake doesn't put you to sleep? Like, bro, Scorpion, come on, bro. Especially the B-side. Come on, bro. Views, come on, bro. Some of them albums are so bad. I'm talking like it's just filled with a bunch of songs. So bad. To me, the one that wasn't boring was I think it's his best album. If you're reading this too late, I know a lot of people think it's Nothing Was the Same, but I think if you're reading this too late, it's his best work. But those two, let's just say those two. Outside of that, the first album is cool. Second album is cool. But third, fourth, I like. But anything after that, snooze fest. Snooze fest. I think what's the name was a little hyped up. Certified Lover Boy. But other than that, mostly a snooze fest. You know what I'm saying? Only album he rapped a lot on was he rapped a lot on was the one of him and 21 Savage. I believe he rapped the whole album on that. You know what I mean?
I just can't, man. But like y'all just let me know what y'all think, man, because we just have academics basically coming on to just defend Drake a little bit more and basically say, no, bro, Kendrick Lamar does think there's a big three, you know what I'm saying? Because this whole thing is that Drake is an OV hoe and things like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that Kendrick Lamar thinks that there's a big three from the way that he disrespected him. He can't think that he's, you know what I'm saying? There's no way that he could think that Drake is an equal or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? There's no way, no way. He disrespected him way too much, you know?
That's another thing too. You got to understand. Just because somebody disrespects you, you can acknowledge that they are in a certain space, and I understand what you're saying, but that's more of a person being in their feelings. In this, and well, they can say I don't respect you as a person, but they can acknowledge that they were at a certain space, if that makes sense. So like, for example, like people can acknowledge that someone was the president, but they can just not like them, but they have to acknowledge that that person was there. And I think that that's what he's kind of getting it misconstrued here. I understand what you're saying because I believe that he doesn't believe that there's no big three, but I definitely do believe that he knows that these guys were at that peak. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Disrespected him way more than Drake could have disrespected him, took things to a level that Drake would have never taken it to, and that's the reason that Drake stopped the beef. You know what I'm saying? That like there's an ultimate disrespect level that shows that Kendrick Lamar does not think that there is a big three. He thinks that it's him, and he knows how to make sure it's just him. And he clearly proved that, you know what I'm saying? I know that Academics loves Drake, I love Drake, and I love Academics. So it was actually kind of hard for me to disagree with that, but I just don't feel like Kendrick Lamar thinks that there's a big three, man. If anything, he thinks that there's a big three in the minds of other people, but he clearly just showed everybody how there's no big three, bro. He clearly showed everybody that, man. It's clear as day. I'm the biggest Drake fan in the world, but I know for a fact that when that Not Like Us track song dropped, that ended everything, bro. That ended everything, you know? And Drake did clear up all those rumors and things like that with The Heart Part 6, or, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was after the fact that Not Like Us had.
Well, he didn't necessarily clear anything up. He just actually made it worse. And if none of this really was true, if none of this is really true, then he wouldn't have had deleted the song. I think that he knows that there's some evidence somewhere and Kendrick knows about it, and that's that. But yeah, man, let's keep it going and we're going to end this.
Been dropped, and also that was Drake seeing his way out of the beef clearly, because he let us know that he wasn't doing the beef anymore because he didn't want to go based off of lies. But it just goes to show, like I said, man, if you would lie.
But you can't. This is war, bro. This is what people got to understand. War gets nasty. War is dirty. There's no honorable war. I mean, even though they say you don't supposed to do certain things in war, like you don't supposed to, I believe, kill the captain or something like that, or the general or something. You're not supposed to kill the general. But this is war, and things happen, and some people are dirty players. So let's just say, for argument's sake, Kendrick did lie. You can't say anything about this. You're going back and forth. I think y'all want this honorable battle between the two when this guy is bringing his wife into it. There's no honorable battle after that. You know what I'm saying? And again, that most of y'all leave out the fact that Kendrick warned him several times before all this happened. But for some reason, everybody wants to blame Kendrick and say, well, Drake didn't want to take part in it because he was lying. It's like, well, Drake was lying too. So what are we talking about here?
On somebody, make people think that they're a pedophile, make a hit song out of that. Basically, just change the trajectory of a person's career. You know what I'm saying? You can't just come back and say sorry for something like that. You like, there's people in jail wasn't doing the beef anymore because he didn't want to go based off of lies. But it just goes to show, like I said, man, if you would lie on somebody, make people think that they're a pedophile, make a hit song out of that, basically just change the trajectory of a person's career. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Yo, bro, listen, bro. Listen, bro. This is the problem with Drake fans, right? This is your problem. Y'all run in head first, bro, and get your head popped off. Like Kendrick's been telling this dude forever. He's been saying the same thing. He said it on, what was it on, Damn? No, it was on Mr. Morale, Rich Spirit. Make me turn you into a song. You know what I'm saying? He been saying this to y'all, man. And I don't understand how y'all upset at him. He said, well, he's spreading rumors. Bro, the dude told him in the song, Euphoria, it's supposed to be a friendly fade. Let's keep it that way. Now y'all complaining. Drake came out. He had the van from Good Kid, Mad City. I don't know if it was the real van, but he had the van, and he smashed the van, and he said that Dave Free was the baby father of Whitney, and he told Whitney he gonna do certain things to her, and I'll hit you, and it ain't gonna be in a bad way. This nigga Drake was so disrespectful to his family and his wife or his fiance and his children. So when you talk about this guy making a song and spreading rumors, bro, he slung mud. And what happened? He forgot to wear his goggles. He slung mud, and Kendrick slung some mud back, and it got in Drake's eyes. Now Drake can't even see. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all say this stuff, I just laugh because I think it's funny that you don't hold Drake accountable for anything that he has said or done, but you're upset at Kendrick for changing the trajectory of this man's career. How can he change the trajectory? This man's been on top. He's been on top of the game for so long. He's bound to come down. It just so happens that he ran into the guy that took him down. He clipped him. And now the dude he's on the ground. He has to start all over again. I know people probably think that that's funny or weird for me to say, but Drake has to start over again. It's going to be 10 times harder for him, in my opinion, to ever get to where he was at. Ever. Let's keep it going. Let's finish this out.
just come back and say sorry for something like that. There's people in jail for the things that Kendrick Lamar has accused Drake of doing and being. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way. There's just no way. The respect level is not there for Kendrick Lamar to think that there's a big three. There's just not enough respect there. But like I said, man, I love Academics, man. I think that what he was spitting was actually very, very valid. But like I said, Academics is spitting out his opinion, and this is just my opinion as a fellow chat nigga, man. I just don't think that the respect level just isn't there. There's no way in hell that Kendrick Lamar would think that there's a big three, man, because look at what the fuck he just did. But like I said, man, it's your boy Cody. I love y'all niggas. I'm out.
Yeah, Cody Boss, you wrong on that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to, I think a lot of Drake fans need to do some serious digging on Kendrick Lamar. I think they look at Drake as untouchable, and they don't understand what he was up against. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep telling y'all this. There's nobody in the rap game that can fuck with Kendrick. Nobody. I've been rapping for years, and I know people's writing levels. You got people who can write, and you got people who can actually probably rap better than Kendrick. But it's not about that. You know what I'm saying? Everything that all these rappers can do, Kendrick either did it already or he can do it, and probably better than them. So, for example, people always bringing up Lupe. Oh, Lupe's the better lyricist. Lupe could be a better lyricist, but lyrics don't always win battles. You can be the better lyricist, but that don't always win battles. Creativity doesn't always win battles either. You have to have the total package. It has to be aligned perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Not like Us, perfect song. That's a perfect song. Euphoria, perfect song. Meet the Grams, perfect song. 616 in LA, perfect song. All of those songs aligned perfectly because he knew the target. He went straight at it. Kendrick is not going to battle Lupe the same way he would battle Drake. He's not going to battle, if he was to battle Royce, he's not going to battle Drake the same way. If he was to battle Eminem, he's not going to battle him the same way he would battle Drake. And for anybody to say that, oh, well, I think this person, because you want to, the thing is, y'all all know that Kendrick he's such an enigma. He's that guy. He's the one. Y'all want somebody to be able to take him out. Just like when Drake was the guy. Y'all wanted somebody to take him out. Now that Kendrick took him out, y'all got to pull out somebody to say, look, he could take him out. You know what I'm saying? Not you didn't pull out Jay-Z. You didn't pull out, you didn't pull out. This is how you know that Kendrick is the best. And y'all grasping for straws. Lupe Fiasco isn't even the best lyricist to me in the game. You know what I'm saying? There's other people that are actually better than him lyrically. But you pulled him out for because you think that that's the guy that can beat him. He's the most balanced guy that can beat him. He'll get his food ate quickly. It wouldn't even be a challenge. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even be a challenge. The first round would be good. After that, it'd be all downhill for Lupe. Period. You know what I'm saying? I think the only person, in my opinion, is only two people, I think, that can give Kendrick a run for his money. Actually, three. You know what I'm saying? But I think eventually he'll get them. Royce the 5'9" is one. Eminem is two. You know what I'm saying? And Ransom is three. Those three guys, I think, to me, Eminem and Royce probably have the creativity ability with the raps, but I think Kendrick will ultimately win. But Ransom is just such a great lyricist, street poet. Unbelievably good. You know what I'm saying? So I think that those are the three guys that would give him a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else, it's a toss up. And for them, it's like, no. Lupe, no. He'll get washed after the second round. He'll get washed. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But either way, man, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great morning, man. See y'all. Peace. Bye. Go get y'all some good breakfast, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, man. What's your dog? Hey, man. See my mouth.